Hi everybody, Olivia here. I thought today we would play with some hearts. Okay? I hope you can see this. I've done it in pencil. But here are a few different designs, and on the left side of these images, I just kind of put the basic direction of the designs. But all of these, well, except for this one's just one giant heart. But all of these are pretty much one color, at least that's my idea. Really fast, really easy. They'll make great greeting cards. They'll also be really cute to frame. Okay? One of the things I wanted to talk about is a resist. I went to look for my crayons, which I do own, but can't find them. So I'm going to use an oil pastel. It does the same thing. Anytime you have something that will have oil in it and you're using watercolor, it will act as a resist. And this is one way to create these, which is really kind of a cool way. Let me show you what happens. I imagine most of you know, but just in case. Oh, my paintbrush is falling apart. See? Ta-da! There you have it. And then if you want to, you can go back over it and pick up this, the little bits of color that do manage to get on there. But that's kind of a cute way to make hearts. Another is the wet on wet. I'm going to have to get a different paintbrush, aren't I? Okay, so say it's, there you have a wet paper. And say you want to make a heart on the wet. See, it'll bleed out a little bit, which actually I think looks pretty nice. I like wet on wet a lot of the time. And let's see if you, well, we don't want to wait till it dries, because this video, I was going to make a short one. It could end up being a rather long one if we wait till it dries. See, how dry is it? That might work. Let's see. Get a smaller brush here. Yeah, that works. Didn't take very long for that to dry enough, did it? And sorry if my hearts look a little off kilter. I'm sitting sideways trying to do this so you can get a better view, but it makes painting kind of weirdly awkward. Okay, see, if you want a sharper edge, then wait till your background dries and paint your heart. And something else that looks kind of good, I'm just giving you a few ideas. So when you paint your hearts, you can make them kind of uniquely your own. See if this will do it. No, it's too much the same. Let me see. Come here, you. You want really dark. Try on this side. So here, your background is dry, but your heart isn't. So you still have kind of a wet on wet on part of your image. Not on the whole thing though. So it makes a really nice sharp outside edge, and the inside bleeds into the color, which is, I like that too. Actually, I like most of these. That's why I'm showing you. Okay, now on this wet on wet, if you want to, you wait till it dries enough, and you're deliberately going over an edge to not look perfect, okay? Here. I don't know which is better. Do you think this one is or this one? I think I like this one actually. And you can also do the same thing with the one that's got the resist on it, only you have to go on the outside of the resist. See? Ta-da! Okay, and another thing I wanted to go ahead and do on this one is do it either monochromatic or very close to monochromatic, you know, just one color, or at least keep it in that group. So just pinks, or maybe add a little touch of red, which still falls into that. Okay? So there's a few ideas. Now, here is a nicer piece of paper. It's watercolor paper. Can you see? I don't know if you can see that or not. But it's got a little bit of tooth on it. But this doesn't have any tooth, and it looks good. I just got one that did have tooth for variety's sake. Okay, now let's see if we can keep this brush from falling apart. I think I am going to have to get some new brushes. I really, really, really do, because this one, look, it's doing that thing. Can you see that? Alright. Now, if you wanted to, you could get the paper all wet with just water first. I am not going to do that. I do have a big wash brush, but I am still having problems finding some of my things, and you would think I wouldn't. It's been long enough since I moved that you would think I would have found everything, but no. Okay, can you see how the color just bleeds out all over? Which is so pretty. Oh, look, there's a little bit of red in there. That's cool. We'll keep that. If something like that happens to you and you don't like it, so you can just keep going over it and it will blend in with the rest of it. Okay. Now to make hearts, you can use round brushes or flat brushes. Let me see if I have, here's a little round brush. And it's very easy to make hearts with a round brush. See, just lay down a little line. And lay down another little line. And there you have a heart. Voila! You can't get much easier than that, can you? No. And what I brought out are just about all flat brushes. So we will do them with flat brushes, most of these. But if you do have a round brush, it does make this really easy. Just lay it down. Now this one we're going to want to go over a little bit because it's kind of skinny. You see there, it's just super easy. Okay. And then you can change the color if you want a little bit. More or less water. Well, now we're getting into the part that's wetter, so it's bleeding more. can barely see that one. Maybe add a little more pigment there. There we go. Okay. Now I will use some flat brushes. And flat brushes actually do make really good hearts too. There's a few more movements, but they make very good hearts too. Go up like this. Just swing down. Swing down. There you go. Heart. Okay. Here I'm just making the outline of one, or trying to. Oops, use paint. Okay, let me get a bigger brush. There we go. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Anybody can do this, okay? When I'm making little hearts, I tend to like to use the round brushes. When I'm making big hearts, I tend to like to use the flat brushes. It's just a personal preference. There's no grand reason why. Okay. So these, well, it started small and it's getting progressively larger. And I don't think you can see this. Can you see that? I've done that with all of them except for this big one here. Okay. Here we go. Now, see, this one's aimed this way, so I think I'll aim this one this way a little bit. Oops. And I'll overlap it a little. There we go. And when we're done with this part, you can go in, if you want to, with a liner brush or even a marker and define areas. Or it would also look really cute if you went in and made polka dots or patterns, you know, shapes, things like that. Okay. Could have gotten the bigger brush. Let's see. Just kind of twist your brush while you're moving it. There we go. Another heart. Ta-da! Now let's see, I'm moving this a little bit here. Water's the paper, could you see that, is still nice and wet. Alrighty. But these do make really nice Valentine's cards. You know, I don't know if there's anything better for Valentine's than a homemade card. Okay, now we'll try to tilt this one this way a little bit more. And I might go a little bit smaller. We'll see. From this angle, it looks really good. I don't know what it looks like from your angle. Hopefully it looks good. But even if it doesn't, I'm sure you guys get this concept. Super easy, super fast. And it looks really, really good when you're done. Okay, yeah, this one was nice and crooked. I can already tell. Crooked's okay. There we go. And you don't have to keep making them progressively bigger. I like to. But then I also like to go back in and add a few little smaller ones here and there. Okay. Get a smaller brush. Maybe I'll add one. Here. See, with the flat brush, you just kind of paint the outline and then just kind of fill it in. Now, if you have a really big round brush without a pointy tip, you can do like I did up here. A lot of round brushes have a pointy tip, which makes it more of a challenge. But if you have a more of a curved one, it is a lot easier. Okay. There's one. Maybe we'll make one right on top of that. One more pigment in there. There we go. Now, where did I put the little round brush? Okay, there it is. Making this one a little bit bigger than what the paintbrush would allow for me to just lay it down and, lay it down on the other side. Boy, that one came out bright, didn't it? Okay. Maybe a little one here. Yeah, that's even still too big. Okay, where else do you think? Maybe one right here. Okay. This has too much contrast, I think, so pull off a little bit of color. Okay, we're going to try to go in here and see if maybe we can add a little bit more color without destroying it. I'll be the first one to tell you it's always better once you get something done to do not go back in and fuss with it. So what am I doing? I'm going back in and fussing with it. So don't do what I'm doing. Yeah. I wanted more color though. To me, it's too light from this angle. I don't know what it's like from your angle. But here it's a little too light. Okay, so now maybe I'll go in and make that a little darker. Whoa, yeah, indeed. Here we go. And this will do the wet on wet thing. Probably. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. What do you think? Patterns or no patterns? Yes patterns, no patterns. Outlines. We definitely need something. What about, say, if we put dots? Yeah, on this one. Maybe stripes on that one. I don't know. You could only make a bazillion of these cards that look totally different, but are really pretty much the same, just with a few different patterns and such. Okay. I'm holding my wrist kind of straight, and I'm holding the paintbrush not like this, but almost pretty straight. There. Now we have stripes. And down here, we'll add dots. And where it is wet, it's going to bleed out, which I like. I think the wet on wet look is just really whimsical, really relaxed. But then sometimes you come up with this problem, where that part has already dried. So it's not going to do the wet on wet thing very well. So to kind of balance that out a little, which it will only do it a little bit. You've got a little bit of water. And then if you want, spread it out a little bit, pull it off a little bit. Okay. Now, I don't know, this is a dangerous brush. See how long it is? It's like a beautiful calligraphy brush. But it is a liner. Or we could go safe and go with this little micro liner. You could try both just to see what the difference is. I'm sure on the little ones, you would want the little liner. The big liner would be just way too much. And I don't want to do all of these, just a few. Probably should put, see, I can't see it. Maybe a little dab of red. So we can get a little more contrast there. See if that'll do it. I wanted to keep, like I said, basically monochromatic. Just one color. Can you see that? Oh yeah, definitely you can see that. From where I'm sitting, there's a little bit of a glare and I can't see very much. Now, something you can do if you want is you can go in where the inside edge of that is if you want that more blended look on the inside. Just with a wet brush, no color, dab it, and it will probably pull that color in a little bit. Okay. Now I'll take the mile long liner. See if we can make an outline. I don't want to put outlines on everything. It would look good that way. It's just not what I had planned on doing. So, gonna have to lift up. There we go. And right here, we need the definition. So, what do you think would be good to define that? Maybe another outline, maybe with some red in it. Okay, so, can you tell I'm rambling? I'm just talking away. If you are making cards, this is one of these where it's the same shape, and you can use different colors, but it's pretty much the same shape, same concept. Many different ways to go about it. So you can make a dozen cards that all look different, but are basically the same. Okay. Ooh, yeah, that's much redder. Oh, I can tell you that heart's lopsided. And remember, this heart got lost in this color because I darkened. Maybe it would look good to make the whole thing just a little bit redder. What do you think? I keep asking you questions. If you're interested in answering them, please post in the comments below. I would like to know. See if we can do it with this brush. Get a little more red in there. And, you know, you can do this with any shape. Stars, snowflakes, the sun, anything. I'm just doing hearts because, of course, it's, you know, very close to Valentine's Day. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, is this dry? Almost dry. Now, I think these are just too defined for me. So, I think, you can see it's dry. But you can go back in once something is dry and take out some of the definition with just a wet brush if you want. And to me that would look a little better. Not so much definition. And sorry it's been so long since I've posted a video. I really missed being here. Yeah, see, that to me, that looks a lot better being a little softer in the line department there. Now I have a greeting card. It looks somewhat similar to this, but it's different. It's much looser and there's no polka dots or stripes or anything. And that is one of my best-selling cards by far. So there is something to the simplicity of just a group of hearts that are, you know, one color. Okay, I'm going to turn this off for a minute and let this dry. And then I will go back into it with a black Sharpie and give it just a little bit of definition here and there, okay? All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. See, that didn't take very long at all. However, just to let you know, it's not 100% dry. It'll be nighttime and then I can't use the natural light. And also FYI, I almost always use Bristol board, and this is the reason why. Because the watercolor paper, unless you get really thick watercolor paper, it will warp. Now, oftentimes when it finishes drying, it straightens itself back out. But, just FYI, if that happens to you, and you want to, you can flatten it. You know, put something heavy on top and it will help flatten it out. I've done that before. So, looking at this heart is really, really, really not symmetrical. Not symmetrical is fine, but that's really not symmetrical. And these, I think I'll add a little bit of definition here. Just a little. I can get the marker to cooperate. And if you notice, a lot of the places where I am defining, it is where it overlaps. Now, I do think for me personally, I like it better without the black definition. If you are creating a lot of cards, or you just prefer the definition, then this is a really easy way to do it. Wait till it dries and then go over. And and don't try to be perfect. That's not the point. I think those of you who watch my videos know I say that a lot. The whole point is not to be perfect. It's to be creative and have a good time. Okay, maybe a little, since I started it, put a little there. And so like right here, this would be a good spot. Oh, that came out a little crooked, didn't it? So, camouflage. There. Ta-da! Maybe on this one. See if we can get it to work. Now you see that looks a little more symmetrical, but it looks kind of weird like that, huh? So, what we will do is we will make it look like we did that on purpose. Trying to stay off of these. Turn this into like a little bit of a doodle image. Yes, I'm working upside down. And if you want to, you can be meaner than this. I just kind of like it this way. I think it loose is fun. And then if you wanted to, you can take paint and go back through it. Maybe like with red, that might look really neat. So, since we started doodling, I love doodling. We'll deliberately go in and doodle. Now see, that's starting to look really kind of cute, isn't it? Alrighty, what do we want to do here? There, this one's got a broken line for contrast. Yeah, looks okay. And now I was kind of trying to basically block in the areas. Now we can go in and do some things that are just kind of fun. Like, gonna have to try to work around that. We could go in and make this one like a little heart flower. We could do something like this. Oh, wouldn't it be fun for the kids that are in school? Well, if we ever get to go back to school, to do something like this. That might look good too with the red in the petals. Then if you wanted to get really doodly, don't touch that. Could lightly go in and make a little leaf. There. Now it's a real Doodle Heart flower. Okay. So I need to hurry up or this video will last forever. I'll go in and finish going all the way around this one. There we go. Okay. And since we made that a flower, should we make any of the others a flower? Don't know. This could end up being a doodle image all over the page. Oh, I like that. Okay, now see, I was going to stop a long time ago, but if you do something like this, you know, say on a 5x7 or something like that, you're making your own card, this space right here is the perfect spot for you to write, you know, whatever it is you want to write. Happy Valentine's Day or whatever it is you want to put. Okay, so now we could maybe make this one could be a butterfly. And maybe we could make this one have dots. We should go ahead and just go over this one. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can't leave that alone. Okay, we can't. We just can't. So everything is going to be outlined. Yeah. Okay, so maybe we'll outline this one in dots. That one little spot wasn't quite dry. That's okay. Okay. And we'll make this one. Yeah, I like that. This side has a line with dots. So we'll just make this dots. Okay, what do you think? I actually like it. Now you see, can you tell as it's drying, it's getting flatter? I mean, it's not warped like it was. It's still flipping up, but that's correctable. You can flatten that out. All right, this would be fun, I think, to doodle the whole entire page. I think that would just be tons of fun, but I know we don't have time, so I won't. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love it if you would subscribe, push the little like button and the bell notification, and it's really nice to be back making videos. Talk to you again soon. Much love. Bye.